from the creator of Money Heist. Let's see how this goes. What is up, Netflix fans? Welcome back to my channel. Today we are talking the brand new original series that's called White Lines. I need you in the comments down below. Were you looking forward to this? Did you like it? Okay. So a woman tries to solve the mysterious death of her brother, a famous DJ who disappeared from Ibiza many years ago. This show stars Laura Haddock. You may know her from Transformers: The Last Night. You may know her from Guardians of the Galaxy. She plays Star-Lord's mother. She is good in this show, absolutely. She wasn't necessarily the standout for me, but you're with her throughout the entire show. You experience these things with her as it turns from a drama to, at times, a comedy. There are some comedic elements here, to a full-on mystery, and one that I think a lot of people are going to respond to. The cast overall, though, some of the supporting actors here. Daniel Mays as Marcus is really good. Juan Diego Bato is great. And it's really up to the characters to carry us through this show. It's also cool that we see two different versions of not every character, but the majority of them. We have the late 90s version of that character and what's going down today, because what we get with this show is a look into two distinct timelines. One, when she was younger and she was having interactions with her brother, and elements that lead to where we are today when she is solving the mystery after they found her brother's body. And as I mentioned before, Alex Pena, the creator of Money Heist, I think a lot of people are going to expect this show to feel similarly to that one. And when you look at some of the comedy beats, sure, a few of these side characters have the exaggerated, expressive nature that we love from characters in that show, but this is a very different show. It moves at a very different pace. It is slower than Money Heist. It was much more difficult to binge. That's why I'm putting this review out so late. And not that that matters in the long run, because not everyone is going to binge it, but it is a more difficult show to process in the long run just because it moves at times at a snail's pace. And I think that's going to bother a lot of people. I also think the sheer amount of nudity and sex and things that go on within this show is just gonna push people in the opposite direction. And I understand that. I was really uncomfortable at times, not gonna lie to you. I mean, I expected it, but not to the degree that we ended up getting it, if that makes sense. A lot of really, sexual scenes, a lot of orgies, and some naked people just running everybody. But it's a full-on murder mystery here. So we have Zoe, who runs into her brother's old friend, and he's the current DJ. His name is Marcus. Once again, Marcus was an awesome character. So when she arrives, her goal is to figure out what happened to her brother, but I don't even think she expected to go full-on Sherlock Holmes and solve this mystery. Well, her arrival really shakes up everything going down, because there's this casino deal that requires this island to be clean of all drugs. When she gets there, this kind of upsets this balance that a lot of folks will do anything to maintain. And I mean anything. And the show is a constant flashback and forth. Sometimes we get narration from certain characters. Other times we're getting a peek into the lives in the 90s. And obviously, with the title like White Lines, you can expect there to be some drug use within the show. But even if you're not a fan of all of these dirty elements, as some would say, and the nudity that comes about, it's also this crime drama at its core that becomes more and more interesting as we go. And I'll admit, at the beginning of the show, I'm sitting back going, this is just not what I expected. And I think we're all going to have that mentality. If we're a fan of Money Heist, we're going to expect this to be the next Money Heist, right? And I don't know if it is that, but I don't know if it had to be that, if that makes sense. I'm okay with this being its own thing. And if you can get wrapped up and invested in this mystery, I wasn't fully there. I did have some issues with the pacing. And like I said, I wanted to care about her character more. They gave me reasons at the start, but as we progress, I cared more about what was going on in the background with these side stories. The main storyline, at a point, not overall, was my least favorite thing happening, because I'm like, I just want to know what's happening over here with this character. That's more interesting, but it's still trying to figure out, okay, who did this? Why did they do it? How did he get caught up in this situation? When was the last time I was able to see him? You're asking all of these questions, and as she is trying to answer them, you are with her every step of the way, even if you don't care maybe as much as you wanted to at the start. And that is the sign of a good, at times glossy, crime drama, and it works here. What I love about the show is that it's just a good character-driven mystery. Not only our main characters, but we explore the ins and out of where they are, which is nice because the setting, let's talk about this real quick. I can't believe I haven't hit on it. It looks incredible. Not only the set design, not only the backdrops, where they are, obviously it's going to look good, but the filmmaking is spectacular. Some of the shots here, we get the occasional wides that look fantastic. Some of the camera pans are gorgeous, and it's just an overall phenomenal looking show. Even if White Lines was the most boring thing I've seen all year, I'd still look at it and say, I mean, it's visually appealing, so it's got that going for it. Thankfully, it is more than that when you dive in. But I still didn't get everything that I wanted. And some of these elements were just so overwhelming and so overbearing, and I didn't care as much as I wanted to. I just wasn't all the way there with the story. I think a lot of people are going to have their preference. Do they prefer the flashbacks? And if you have your preference, like I did, when we're getting the other pieces, I'm just not as interested. And I know that sounds bad, and fans of this show are going to look at me and say, Austin, what is wrong with you? But I needed the writing to be a bit better in parts. And again, this is just going to turn some people away with how deep and dark. I mean, it gets really dark at times. But when it goes to those levels, I see many audience members just falling off. And in a way, that's not good. That aspect didn't bother me as much. I was so enamored with the filmmaking, and I did care about a lot of these characters. So at the end of the day, I didn't love White Lines as much as I wanted to. It's much more on the average side than maybe a lot of people are going to anticipate going in. But there are still some good elements, and some elements in there that I think are going to give a lot of people a fantastic time, and many are going to walk away loving it. With my score, I'm going a 65%. If you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to smash that thumbs up button and let me know, do you like these Netflix reviews? Would you like to see me do more? I appreciate you guys for watching. What do you want to see me do next? A lot of stuff to watch, a lot of things to do. You guys are truly the best. I'll see you soon.